Week 9's in the books. Just a couple of happy Colts fans sitting here. Yeah, that's yep. Yo, what's up, everybody? Brian and Brennan back for a Week 9 recap. Too much fantasy football on the Fantasy Football Advice Network. We're not sour at all. We're not pissed. We're not trying to be doubtful for this one. I wanted to sit out. I don't know where to go, man.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know either. I don't want to get
At least
too
we had
talked.
fantasy. At least we had fantasy, right?
Dude, we had a fantasy medical for a lot of people, I feel like, man.
Oh, man. And the fact that, like, the second and third string tight ends did not get the memo that tight end week is over. Holy crap. Some of the guys that went off today, I'm like, who even are you? I know third string tight ends. I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
Get out of my box score. All righty, well, let's get this thing rocking and rolling here. We'll got several subjects to throw up here. First one, it's got to be the MVP race. I mean, it's essentially on the same team, right? Lamar, Derrick Henry. Are there players doing better than these two right now?
Josh Allen has to get a little bit of a mention. Like he has to get like, noticed. Like, but Lamar and Derrick Henry, it's crazy. Like, I don't think Derrick Henry has a chance. Like, even if he gets 2,000 yards, like Lamar's just on this like all-class, world-beating like pace right now. With like he's throwing for a crazy amount of touchdowns. He's still rushing the ball. Like the dude, like what is it? What's he on pace for right now? He's close to like what, over 4,000, some crazy amount of touchdowns, almost 1,000 yards rushing. Yeah, like
be the first guy to ever do
it. It'll be interesting though for him because like the narrative, like I don't know if you pay attention to the NBA, like Joker didn't win it 3 times in a row because he didn't perform well in the playoffs, and like I don't know if that's going to have some lingering effects towards the NFL. I hope not, because it's a regular season award. But like at some point, though, like hopefully Lamar gets over that hump in the playoffs.
Really? Come on, there, fellow Colts fan. We saw our boy Peyton hardly ever win it in the big time in the playoffs.
We got one. All right, we got one.
But he won the MVP more than anybody else. He was the king of the regular season.
Yeah,
that's why we love him. But yeah, it's hard. Like, it's unfortunate. I would love to see Derrick Henry win the MVP. Like, how I've never seen a running back win the MVP. I want that. No, I guess Adrian Peterson. Never mind.
He did win it. Yeah,
take that back. But
it's okay.
Outside of that, like Derrick Henry deserves it. Lamar, I'm not taking anything away from the guy, but he won it last year. I doubt he's impressed with MVPs anymore. He's got 2 of them. He wants a Super Bowl. He could care less, I'm sure, about that. I mean, cares a little bit, but overall, no. No.
Yeah, I think it's hard to trump the quarterback. They need to make a quarterback award, and then there are certainly times where like the quarterback is the MVP, but like we can argue back like the past couple of times the past MVP should have not have been like last year. I thought Christian McCaffrey won it last year regardless. I know that the Ravens beat San Francisco straight up, but like one game is an equivalent to the other 17 games that happen or 16 games that happen. So
yeah, CMC can't account for the things that he can't account for, like Brock Purdy throwing picks, getting hurt, anything like that. So it's a sticky situation, but I'd love to see like I said, Derrick Henry get it.
Yeah.
Whoop whoop, Dennis Allen, get your ass out of here. Head coach cut. He's gone. The Saints have dropped him.
The second time Derek Carr has gotten Dennis Allen fired in midseason, which is pretty impressive. It's like, just saying, it's pretty impressive.
Derek Carr's also on the race to be one of the first guys to lose to all 32 teams. He now notched another one on his belt. Dude, how did they lose that game? How?
I mean, Derek Carr throws hospital balls.
Oh my god, no kidding. Poor Olave, man. Like that's I guess
his 6th one now for his career. Like,
yeah, he had one in Ohio State there at the end, couple in his rookie season. And
2 this season.
Yeah, 2 now this season. So he'll be out for multiple weeks. He'll get the 2
treatment. I think he gets a 2 treatment too. It definitely. And there's no point for them to be in the race. No. They're 2 and 7 now. Like there's no inkling of this team going to the playoffs. Remember, they were the hottest team when they first started. Remember that? Like they scored in every drive.
2-0. 2-0, and now 7 straight. And they just re-signed their 29-year-old running back. Exactly what you want to do going into an early season rebuild.
Dude, I have no animosity towards the Saints. Like, truly. I mean, they beat us in 2009 with the Super Bowl. Again, that's so long. I do not care. Like, reset this team. Eat the cap space for the next 3 years and just suck.
Look at Denver. They ate it and they still competing. Like, come on,
Yeah, like
it's
you
doable.
guys, the Saints need to have a hard reset, and they need to sell off some pieces like Demario Davis. I know they're not going to sell off their defensive lineman. I think he's going to retire as a Saint. Be really hard.
Yeah,
Cam Jordan, I think it is. Yeah, he's not going
Jordan
to.
Cameron,
Or Jordan Cameron, my apologies.
Cameron
Cam
Jordan.
Jordan was the tight end for the Browns. Yes, I forgot. No, I do. I think they need to sell off some pieces. Like Marshawn Lattimore should be considered gone. Like
Hundred
they need
percent.
to start doing some things like that.
Honey Badger, come on, man.
Yeah,
They're digging another hole.
yeah.
Who do you have in the next one? Raiders cleaned out with their OC and a few other pieces, but Bears, Jags, or Cowboys? Who you got next?
If I had to, I think. I think they're all going to be a part of the Black Monday sale. I think they're all going to be. I don't think anybody's next in the season. Like maybe Chicago, honestly. Like it's getting real rough in Chicago.
Yes. Yeah, Jags. I could see them rolling with it. They know what they're going to do. They know it's inevitable. They're just going to roll.
Yeah, I think they're just rolling at the end of the day. Yeah, I think the Raiders, Cowboys, Jags, Bears. Honestly, the Eagles too at the end of the year. I don't know if on Black Friday, or Black Monday, but they definitely will. I think if they get knocked out in the first round, the Eagles should definitely fire Nick Sirianni. That game was atrocious.
Not to stick up for Sirianni, but he's one of the only Eagles head coaches in history to start off 3 or 4 seasons 6-2. I am not the defender of Nick
Oh
Sirianni,
yeah, I
but
know.
it's
But
just
like
statistically you have to look at that. And
they
it's like,
won that game, but like going for two every single time, like dude, what's the definition of insanity? Like they stopped the Jalen Hurts tush push. Like at that point, you should have been like, all right, let's reconsider some things here. Like
no, that's his playbook. He goes to page 5, 6, 7. It's tush push,
yeah,
tush push, tush push, tush push. Oh, get out of here, Sirianni.
dude, seriously.
All right, Sling and Sammy, we got to talk about him last night. The Colts game, the Vikings. A lot closer than I thought. I didn't get to watch it live last night. I had to watch it first thing this morning on the replay, but way closer than I would have guessed. Funny enough, though, Indianapolis averaged negative 0.35 EPA per play on offense. It's actually the worst mark of the season. So, Joe Flacco defenders, let's go. Come on, hop in. Where are they at?
Yeah, seriously, after this game, like anybody could, if Joe Flacco was trying to teach, AR to throw into triple coverage, that was the perfect game to watch.
Maybe that's his idea. He goes, all right, look, I'm going to put on a bad performance. So AR comes out and emulates it, and then I'll get the job again after he loses. I don't know. It's just so much going on there.
Yeah, I just, dude, Shane Steichen probably will be fired at the end of the year. Chris Ballard will probably be fired at the end of the year. This is just inevitable. And then the GM's going to either have to make that choice of either drafting a quarterback in the next class, which it's an okay draft class. It's nothing crazy. Or he rolls with Anthony Richardson again and
He
just
has
says,
to. Richardson's younger than half the guys that are coming out of the draft.
yeah, I know. It's a rough look all around. Like it's a rough another 5-year rebuild. I'm calling it.
Boy. Let's talk about some high notes, though. Let's talk about the Viking side, because that's not the Colts side. I mean, Josh Downs
Yeah.
did see 9 targets in the game.
6 catches, 60 yards, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his target percentage has been unreal this year. I'm still okay riding the Flames with him no matter what's going on out there in Indy.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold, though, 28 of 34, 290, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, but, the Colts find a way to get turnovers typically.
Yeah.
Jefferson, 7 for 9, 137 yards. Addison, that squeaky wheel, got his touchdown. This team's looking good, man.
Yeah, I just have a hard time if you were to Lions or Vikings.
My heart says Vikings, but yeah, no, if it's my money, I'm going Lions.
Okay, Packers or Vikings.
That one I feel like it's a little bit closer. Like we see Jordan Love, he's okay. He's closer to a Brett Favre than an Aaron Rodgers. He loves the picks.
I just think that I think Sam Darnold is slowly but surely starting to get peeled back a little bit of like, all right, he's not this end-all world beater. He still makes the same mistakes that he used to. So,
well, unfortunately, he's got Hawkinson coming back. Should be a full load of snaps over the next couple of weeks. So that might just postpone that inevitable, Sam Darnold over the next couple of weeks. Give him a few more targets, a few, somebody else to throw it to. Maybe that keeps him around longer. But yeah, once they get to the playoffs, I do believe that Sam Darnold's going to be revealed for him.
yeah.
Somebody who is not revealing to have any flaws or, any major ones. Jaden Daniels, in a sense.
Dude, he is. He's close. He's another MVP candidate too. I mean, honestly, you got to kind of consider him.
He's got offensive rookie wrapped up for
Oh
sure.
yeah, it's in the bag. No one's. I don't see anybody even getting close competing to him.
Yeah, 15 of 22, 209 yards, 2 touchdowns, 8 carries for 35 yards. Blew me away. McLaurin had 2 catches, 19 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
That's all you
Almost ruined
need.
you.
That's all you need. Two
That's a
touchdowns.
that's a Ramondre Stevenson kind of day right there.
That's a great day. It's a great day when you start him. It's a great day. It's not a great day when you face him. Yeah, I mean, dude, Jaden Daniels. Let me ask you this: where is he going next year in the quarterback list for fantasy? If you had to do it, like half, if you had like what? It's Allen, Lamar, what? Maybe Jalen, then Jaden. Like he's top four.
I would probably take him over Josh Allen. Like
I
I
mean,
don't think Lamar would be above him, especially if they find a way to keep Deontay Johnson, like just to keep that offense like
yeah,
stacked. But I would take him over Josh Allen now. Like Josh Allen has still been like hit or miss for most of the season. It hasn't been as we've seen of late. Now Josh Allen could take another step forward again after kind of a down season, just because of his the Shakir could take a small step forward. Coleman could really come along possibly. So I think there's that possibility for Allen. But I guess the last 4 weeks he has been over 20 points. It
yeah.
was just
But
we
it's
had a
like
few of
Josh
those
Allen's been,
skids, 15,
yeah,
6, 9. We're kind of like, eh.
yeah, but they were like up by a lot, and that's why for most of those games. But yeah, no, I think Jaden Daniels will be. I mean, you could argue three, honestly, if you want to argue him over Jalen Hurts. I don't have an issue with that. Like,
Yeah, I think they're right in that same breath though.
yeah, I think that tier. I think it's that same like alpha tier is what I put him in. So
Probably, yeah. I think those top four. Kyler would probably be a little below that. Dak's going to be below that. Mahomes for sure.
yeah,
Yeah. So Jaden Daniels, look at you go, man. Gotta love that dynasty pick if you got it. Tyrone
yeah,
Tracy, got to throw that out there too. Just in this game, loved seeing him get some work. I hope he continues to just run away with it.
yep.
Alrighty. Who'd have thought we'd be talking about the Chargers passing game? What in the world's going on? I absolutely love to see this team moving the ball the way they have. Pleasant surprise, I guess, for us.
A little bit. I mean, Quentin Johnson, their first round pick, is he had what 4 catches for 100 over 100 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah, 118 and a touchdown, 4 for 5. Not too shabby, buddy.
Yeah, I definitely think the Chargers should be buyers right now. I think they should be hitting up Tyreek Hill and paying the draft capital. Just like you wanna make that move to kind of be that over the top. But I think there could be also in-house talks of like, yes, it's good for winning, but they still need like draft capital, so they could be kind of holding them back. They need to find like a Adam Thielen. I think would even be good. Like
Yeah,
going getting Adam Thielen.
and Mike Williams, because those guys both like to get hurt. So you get both of them for like a fifth and a sixth round pick, then you should be all right.
Yeah, I mean,
But
um,
Herbert, last 4 games, 280 yards, 270 yards, 349, 372, or 237. Um, that's pretty good coming out of the bye week. I like that.
yeah, that's pretty good. And he was looking like he was going to be. He still got sacked a lot in this game, though. Um, I know the Chargers made an emphasis on the offensive line with getting Joe Alt and stuff like that, but like I think he was sacked 6 times in the first half. Like it was brutal to watch. So like I don't know what's going on over there too. So they need to definitely keep him upright.
It's kind of funny. This almost reminds me of the like you remember the Penny Sewell, Jamar Chase. Well, this is the Joe Alt or Malik Neighbors.
I still stand with Malik Neighbors 100%. It's not even close for me.
Well, that's what
Like,
I mean. Could you imagine the Chargers right now if they had Malik Neighbors?
yeah, dude,
Oh my
seriously.
goodness, they could have gotten a tackle with that second round pick, that early second they spent on
Yeah, I know the
Glad.
tear drop off, but like Jesus, like Malik Neighbors would have changed this team.
Well, they're not even playing Joe Alt at his best position. They're putting him at right tackle instead of
Yeah,
so it's just I don't know.
yeah,
Tomatoes, tomatoes. It's team. I mean, look at us. We're Colts fans. What do we know? Look how we build teams.
yeah.
Actually, my fantasy Madden team with the Colts, we do pretty damn good. Ballard, why don't you give me a call, buddy?
Hey, we like our
J-
guys.
Jameis, 3 picks.
That's
Feel
what you
comfortable with
get.
that?
It's James.
That's what
It's
you
literally
get.
what you get. Like I
That's
don't know
what
what to
you
tell you.
get. Oh man, we got a little overtime drama in this one. It was the Rams and the Seahawks.
Seattle really shot themselves in the foot. And like I've watched a good amount of Seattle games, and I feel like this is an ongoing thing where they just continuously shoot themselves in the foot because they should have won I mean, almost all their games this year, except for like one or two. Like I think the Lions game and some other game, but like every other game they should have won because they just constantly shoot themselves in the foot. It is crazy.
Yeah, Jameis threw for 360 yards in this game, 3 touchdowns, but 3 picks.
Gino,
Yeah, what did I say, Jameis?
you didn't.
Yeah, that's it happens. He throws picks too.
Yes.
And then J.S. mother freaking N. Like, drafted him. I've held him all season. I got to play him twice, and I've just benched him, and I benched him, and I benched him. I said, you know what? I'm not playing him this week. I saw him without DK. I don't want to play him, and he's on a bye. Let me just drop him. I didn't end up dropping him in my home league. I held on to him, found a way to keep him on the bench, and as he's just blowing the 180 yards on 7 catches, 13 targets, 2 touchdowns. Like, what in the world? What do you do with this? What do you do with this? They're going into a bye, too. DK's coming back. Like, you do nothing, right?
You do nothing.
You do nothing.
You do nothing. This team's bad. They are fighting for a top 10 pick right now. Currently, they're what, 3-5, 3-6,
4-5.
4-5. Okay, so they're like, they're still kind of competing. The division's kind of butt cheeks. So
yeah, I think Cardinals are winning it with right now 5 wins. Rams have 4 wins. They have 4 wins. Niners, I think they have 4 wins.
Cardinals have 5. I think Cardinals are in first.
Yeah, they got a 3-game win streak. Kyler hasn't done that in a bit.
Yeah.
Good Lord. Yeah, JSN, man. That's a hard one.
Yeah.
All righty, next up, what do we have? Oh, we got to talk about the winners. Not the wieners, the winners. We got a bunch of them this week. Decent amount anyway. So Joe Burrow, 5 touchdowns. We like that, right?
Yeah, Joe Burrow. I mean, that's another MVP candidate too.
Despite he's not going to the play. What is he? Hey,
Yeah, I don't know, man. They'll be fighting for it. They'll be close.
Yeah, unfortunately, not trading anybody because they think that. Jalen Hurts, I mean, kind of touched on that a little bit. He's done great the last little bit, especially this past week. 230 through the air, 2 touchdowns, another 67 on the ground and a touchdown.
Yeah, I mean, another one too. What? Bijan. Great game. I mean, he's fallen up. I mean,
that's
who
with
else?
Algier scoring a touchdown too. Again,
dude. Yeah, I'm trying to think of other things. I'm not the names. I'm just let me look who I played. That's probably what
I've got
happened.
HN pulled off another good one. Kamara, Chris Brown, Chase Brown. Chase Brown did pretty good this weekend. Wow, what a game for him. Him and Gesicki just took control of that Bengals game. Jamar Chase, we're going to talk about him in a second. Those two absolutely blew up though.
Achan's been running back 3 since Tua's been back. Chase Brown's been putting up like 16 points per game since starting. And then I'm trying to remember who was the last name you said?
Alvin Kamara with his 32% target share.
Yeah, he's going to continue to do what he does. Derek Carr just jumping the ball off. That's great.
I mean, Alvin Kamara's all they have.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that it's him and Taysom Hill.
Yep.
Who was another good one. He ran just way more routes than I was even expecting, and I was ready to start him this week. I'm trying to look at who else. Yeah, HN, his 29% target share. Do you know what Tua and Waddle had combined yesterday?
Tyreek and Waddle?
Yeah. Oh, my God. I'm struggling with my names today. Good Lord. 22% for the two of them. It's freaking ridiculous.
Hey, Achan was one of my guys. I'm really stoked. My teams all suck with him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was hard to make it through those days with him early on.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about some busts here. We don't want to linger too much on the guys, but some of them, they shit the bed. So we got to talk about them. First up, we've got Jordan Love. Not a great game.
That was expected, though. I mean, like, if you really started him, that's a rough.
And the weather was horrible.
Wet game, yeah. Like, Kyler, that really wasn't his fault, though. Like, they just ran the ball really well, and Chicago couldn't stop it.
What if I told you the Cardinals scored 29 points? Kyler's got to have a pretty good game? No.
Yeah.
3 points this week. 154 yards through the air, 2 carries for 6 yards. Bears shut him down, but they couldn't stop the run game. DeMarcado scored
It was
a
over
touchdown.
at half.
What's up?
Did you see that halftime touchdown? That's crazy. You let them score from like a 50-yard line with like 8 seconds left, and they just run it. Like, that was, I couldn't.
They weren't even trying to
believe
score. They were just running out the clock, it seemed.
Dude, I couldn't believe it.
Oh, man. James Conner, a little hampered in this one. 18 for 107, 3 catches for 12 yards. You kind of saw him a little banged up in a run near the goal line, so Trey Benson got a little work. 8 for 37 and a touchdown. DeMercado might be the thorn in that side. I was hoping Trey Benson was going to run at it if he gets that chance with Connor out, but it looks like it might be DeMercado
It
and
might
Benson.
be, yeah, it might be a split backfield. So sorry, sad day for Trey Benson dynasty draft owners.
Kyron, Brees, JT, all disappointed. ETN, where are we at with him? Bigsby looked way better. Ran more routes than ETN this week.
You mean the RB2 for Jacksonville, Travis Etienne?
Is he getting traded? Is that why they're giving him this treatment? Because they picked up his fifth.
I don't. I just think that team is really bad. I think Balky and Doug Peterson are gone at the end of this year.
All right, real quick, I want to throw out some of these wide receivers. We'll take a swing at it, kind of like Nakua did. That's why he ruined your day. He got ejected for.
I couldn't believe he got ejected for that. That's so soft.
It's the softest swing ever. Chase, Waddle, Keenan, Moore, BTJ, Marv, Pittman, all disappointed, and Laporta continues just to be that guy that you're so pissed you're stuck with right now.
What did Kyle Pitts do this game, by the way?
Shut up, okay? He had one bad game. He had one catch.
Oh,
but,
okay.
When Ray scores, when London scores, when Mooney scores, it's all right. He's had one, actually two. He had a 0. He gave us a 0 early on. But he had a catch, 11 yards. Trade deadline. You brought up Tyreek, and I thought that was going to be me being a little wild throwing it out a second ago, but I'm glad you matched it. I don't hate the idea. They're out of playoff contention virtually.
Over 30. Like,
you just
how many more good years?
You've got who should be your one if he can stay the hell on the field.
Yeah.
So, okay, Chargers were an option for you. Where else you think?
The Chiefs? Like, literally, like,
oh, man. Like, would that not be wild?
I mean, like really, if you think about it, like,
we see it all the time.
You're going for a 3-peat. You might as well swing for the fences.
We see players, Zeke, left to go get some money, comes on home. You know, like it's not an uncommon thing to see these guys go back to what's familiar to them after they get paid. I mean, the Patriots were famous for it. They'd let guys go get money. Those guys would get cut, and they'd walk right back to Belichick. You know, like, dude.
I'm trying to think of other names, like, because it's really like
Higgins, but I hear the Bengals don't want to get rid of him or Hendrickson.
No, the Higgins, the Bengals are going for the playoffs. Like, they're right there at it. So, like, I don't see them making any moves.
Unfortunately, I think the Rams are now in contention for the division. So I don't know.
Yeah. So again, the Rams winning the last 2 weeks in a row, if they would have lost to the Vikings, I'd definitely seen them selling off some pieces.
Would have loved to see freaking Vikings.
Maybe Seattle. Like, like Tyler Lockett could be moved late. I don't know. There's just throwing some names out there that are like kind of like dead in the water that you wouldn't imagine.
Yeah, I know Mike Williams has been on the trade block. He'll probably inevitably get cut, and the Chargers will pick him up. Darius Slayton, I know he could possibly be on the trade block. What about Khalil Herbert? Does he get to go to Dallas and go help out their running back?
What does it matter? Their team's injured. Dak's going to be gone for multiple weeks, and CeeDee's now considered week to week.
But we got the quarterback ones coming out there. Don't tell me you're not on this Trey Lance hype. Come on, man. We saw that preseason game.
It's not going to be Trey Lance. It's not going to be Trey Lance. It'll be the other guy.
No.
This is the time, though, for them to start Trey Lance, though, and to just see. But
at least give him the experience so we can eventually say, okay, yes, he's a bust. Because right now, technically, he hasn't had enough starting time, kind of like AR, to really know. So let's put that nail in the coffin, put it to bed, and let's call him a bust. But I want more playing time.
Yeah.
Or at least fantasy points.
News, I guess you can say, Christian McCaffrey officially activated. So, folks, it's time.
Jordan Mason, we holding still?
You're gonna hold. You're gonna wait and see. You're gonna have no choice.
I'm about to trade him to all the CMC owners just to so I don't have to worry about playing that game.
CeeDee's looking like if Dak's gone and me out, I think CeeDee's gonna just match his time being out.
Jalen Tolbert, on that note, has seen over a 13% target share once since week 2. So Brandon Cooks has been out a bit. He should have seen more by now. I just don't know if he's...
I'm still going to start Jalen Tolbert. I mean, what other options they got besides him and Jake Ferguson?
I mean, again, if Dak's not throwing the ball, how valuable are these passes coming out?
Yeah.
It's fun. It's going to be funky, but make sure you come by tomorrow, folks. We are going to be talking about everything waiver wire, whether you're going to be picking up, whether you're going to be cutting. We're going to give you as best as we can into the injury updates that we have, all that other fun stuff. But until then, if you're looking for more of me, it's at @too_much_Brian on Twitter. Brendan, where you at?
At X, sad Colts fan. No, I'm just kidding. At FFAMB Mulk on Twitter.
Oh, we're not sour, folks. We're not sour. Shut up. Leave us alone. If you want more information for us or any contact from us, you want like some start-sit questions, you need people pulling at that, but you don't want the mean folks from Twitter, from Reddit, you go to the Fantasy Football Advice Network. Brian, what's that? Oh, let me show you, folks.
We are here. We are here. FantasySportsAdvice.com, offering the best fantasy sports social media platform. Why join endless Discord communities or the trolls of Reddit? Fantasy Sports Advice is a community designed to help you win with 24/7 support. Go to FantasySportsAdvice.com and become a pro member for unlimited access. Again, go to FantasySportsAdvice.com.